It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy. Coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, go, go. Dig, dig, dig. Go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Okay, do we have, okay.
I'm not going to comment because Johnny said everything.
It's Wolfgang Monser from Germany, Rennsport Press Agency here. Question for both of you. This worldwide financial crisis right now, does it have any effect how you run your team or your team owners? Are you cutting maybe back on technical investment or maybe testing schedule?
I can't answer that. I know we're set for next year, and with all the support from Chevrolet and VFW and Camping World. So I'm sure it's if we quit talking about it, I don't think we have a crisis. I mean, that's the whole deal. I mean, I think our United States is just as strong as we ever were and all that stuff, and we just keep. It's just election year. That's all there is to it right now. So if this was, you couldn't talk about it last year because we're doing the same thing we did last year. So I don't know. I'm not a politician. I can't answer that really.
No, I mean, I think the economy's probably got more of an effect on the people trying to get back and forth to these races just with fuel prices. And I think when they come down, you're going to see more and more people here. I think everybody's just a little afraid at the moment. But they're going to watch good racing on TV. So I mean, we get the best end either way you look at it. And, you know, I think there's been a lot of talk about losing sponsors because we won the race last week without a sponsor on there. But in the same token, that was set from the beginning of the year, and it was same the year before. We only got sponsorship for 20 races, and we were on a 25-race schedule. And, you know, the team and everybody's looked as hard last year and as hard this year to find sponsors. And, you know, the economy's tough, and the amount of money that it takes to run these, sometimes it's hard to find somebody to do a one-off race, and that was just a situation we were in last week. We did not lose a sponsor like a lot of people are starting to report. We were never sponsored for that race all season. We just weren't able to find something for that particular race. So, you know, I think a lot of people read into last week a little bit differently than what the truth really was. But so, you know, next year is probably the same way. I don't think we got a 25-race sponsorship yet. But if you look in the garage, we see even in the Cup side that they're trying to split everything up. It's very, very tough. You know, we run through a lot of the same expenses that they do, maybe not on the same level, but our trucks cost the same as those cars. We're just doing it with a lot less people and a lot less money, and we don't have quite as many vehicles, but they run into the same problem. Our budget may be smaller, but we got a little less stuff and a little less personnel too. But it's very difficult to run a full season. You know, the way the economy is right now, that's for sure. It's gonna have a small effect, but I don't think it'll slow it down in years to come, though.
In the back. Doug Turnbull, WSB Radio. This one's for Ron. A few races ago, Jack Sprague was let go by the team, and you mentioned the run-in at Richmond there. I was wondering if that run-in had anything to do with his departure from the team, or was it strictly a performance-based departure, if you will, mutual, or if he was fired, or are you all still friends? I know you kind of were at the beginning of the season. What's the status of all that?
Yeah, definitely. Jack and I are still friends. We had dinner last night. We follow our coaches back and forth to the track and stuff. That's between him and Kevin. I don't know. I think it was a mutual deal that he wasn't happy because he's running good, but he wasn't finishing good, and we need the results. You know, we've got to have 2 trucks running up front, which he has been doing, but we just didn't have the finishes. So the answer for Jack, I can't. Him and I still friends. Yeah, we're great friends, and we'll keep going on. And anything I can do to help him out to keep his career going, I'll do that.
In the back. And for the record, Ron, you've led 17 races, and Johnny, you've led 16.
Jay
know that.
JPennell, HardcoreRaceFans.com. Sorry, I just walked in. Not sure if you guys touched on this yet, but could you guys just talk about, you guys have been in the sport a long time, the importance of Craftsman and what they've meant to the sport and what it means for them leaving the sport, or not leaving the sport, but not being the title sponsor next year?
I don't know what it means to Craftsman for leaving. I thought it was a good match. I thought with what Craftsman brought to the table when we did have a sponsor in '95 and everything we have accomplished. You know, we had a 5-year plan when they first started in the first year of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. It preceded that, and then they were looking at their 10, 15-year plan. So to anybody to come into a new sport like they've done and support the series like they did in the first 7 years or 5 years, whatever they signed, that means a lot. And to stick around and to re-up sign, 2 more times, that says what Johnny and I are doing our jobs. All the owners are doing their jobs, giving us great trucks to drive. NASCAR, to bring our trucks to come to Atlanta is amazing. When they said they were going to Daytona and Atlanta, these trucks were built to go under a mile, and it's going to be short track, beating and banging, tough trucks, tough drivers. And now we're sitting here at Talladega, Atlanta, Daytona. So that just says a lot what Craftsman and NASCAR has worked on with all the manufacturers through the wind tunnels and getting these things to run that fast. So we're going to miss them. They've done a lot for our sport, and I'm sure that Camper World's going to step up and do bigger and better things too.
Well, and I think Craftsman too. You got to give them the recognition of the fact that they came in here as an unknown. They were the first title sponsor for that series. Nobody knew where it was heading, and they took a chance. And I think that's why the Truck Series is as strong as it is today, and how competitive it is because they took that opportunity. NASCAR wouldn't have done this on their own. I can guarantee you that. So with them being a title sponsor, taking that chance to see how far it would go, I think when it first started, like we touched on earlier, you don't know how far it's going to go. People thought maybe it'd be a fad, and it's not. I mean, like I say, it's been 12 years now, and but they're the ones that had an opportunity to do things, but it was a huge chance on their side because they didn't know if they'd go a year, 2 years, 3 years, and then now here they are in their 11th year, I think it is. Hats off for them to stepping up to the plate to make this happen.
Yeah, one thing that I might interject, that Craftsman has not left NASCAR. They continue to be the official tool of NASCAR, so they just elected to go in a little bit different direction.
Jerry Bunkowski, Yahoo Sports, for both gentlemen. We talk about the economy, we talk about it's going to get better, et cetera, but there is a definite risk and a definite threat that we may lose some teams, if not for the long term, perhaps for the short term. What will that do to the quality of racing if we don't have the fields we have now in this truck series? We lose 2 or 4 or 6 trucks per race.
Well, I think that, and you got to be careful how you say this, that some of the teams that may or may not have the finances to go do this may not be the same teams that are winning races and running for championships. So the quality of the races, I don't think, will change. I think Bill Davis will continue to be a championship contender along with, Ron and Harvick and all the other teams that are up there. So I think it's difficult to lose trucks, but like we said earlier, this is very expensive. We're buying the same equipment that the other 2 series are running on a much smaller budget, and it's very difficult to do that. So it'll be interesting. I think a lot of those teams may run a partial schedule. We won't lose them for every race, but and I think we're in that situation this weekend. I don't know. We're right at the edge of having a full field, where last week we were more.
40. Ron, you want to answer that?
Well, I mean, if everybody goes back, the Truck Series started, we used to run 43 trucks. So, I mean, it's just a quality, the trucks, the teams, everything else. I mean, they broke it down. They built some great teams, and we got some good runners. I think there's only like 4 or 5 teams, and I think some of the local teams with Kevin and Bill Davis and a lot of the others, they're actually helping these teams out to just keep on running, keep staying running, and this is what the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series is all about. We're one big family, and we want to see. It takes a guy that finishes last, and it takes a guy to win to make a race, and it takes 36 trucks. So we got to keep them out there somehow, and times are tough, and it's going to get better, and it could get worse, but it doesn't matter. We're still racing, and we're going to make the best of it.
Okay. If we don't have any more questions, thank you, gentlemen, very much, and good luck tomorrow and the rest of the 2008 season.
Yep, thank you.
Thanks, Owen.
You're a good politician. I'd vote for you. I'd vote for you.